Our parasha this week is Dvar Toldot. It talks about the birth of Yaakov and Esav, and later on it goes about how Esav and Yaakov became different, and how Esav sold his birthright to Yaakov. And then it talks about that there was famine, and that Yitzhak settled in Eretz Palestine because there was no famine there. And it ends with how Yitzhak wanted to bless Esav, and then Yaakov ended up having the blessing, and the departing of Yaakov to Aram to find a wife. In one of the pasukim of the parasha, it says, "Veigdeluhan ne'arim," and the kids or the lads grew up. Vehi Esav ish yodea said ish sadeh, veYaakov ish tam yoshev ohalim. That Esav is a person that likes hunting and he likes the field, and Yaakov was a perfect person that was sitting and studying. And a few years ago I heard beautiful Dvar Torah on this issue, that how come that at the age of 13, after they were twins, they were very, very similar, they diverged, and the rabbi explained it that because for environmental factors that they became different, meaning that Esav associated with bad people and he was in bad environment, while Yaakov, he was in the Beit Midrash, he was studying and he stayed Ishtam, perfect. And he gave a few examples, and I agreed fully with that dirash. It was very eloquent and very compelling. However, there was something that was not sitting with me properly, and I'm sure many of the audience will agree with me that many of us do have children that they are close to age, a year and a half, year and 4 months, and they are in the same environment, the same parents, and still they are extremely different. We see some of them, they like to read, the other one they like to play football outside. Some people like music, other one they like math. Completely different. These cannot be explained by environment because they are in the same environment. And what gives credence to this idea is a couple of midrashim. When Rivka was pregnant, the Torah says "Vaytrotzetzuha banim bekerba," that they were like running in her abdomen, and the midrash says that every time Rivka passes by Beit Avodah Zarah, Esav would like to get out, and when she passes by Beit Midrash of Shem Va'ever, Yaakov wants to get out. So that means that they were in the same environment. Everyone was predisposed to different ideation, to different outlook to religion and spirituality. Also, they are not in the same environment. Not only they are both in their small mother's womb, but they say, another say that every child has malach who teaches him Torah, and before he is born, he will tell him, I would like you to swear that you're going to be tzaddik and that al-tahi rasha. So here, not only in the same environment, they have malach with them. Still, Esav wanted to have different ideas. So who is right? I believe that now there is more and more studies showing clinical studies that genetics do play a role in religiosity, which means that if somebody is religious, probably he's predisposed to that, and vice versa. We see that in musicality, we can see from our community that some families, they like music. Many of their members, they love music. In the field of psychology, we see people with attention deficit disorder is genetic, predisposition to alcoholism is genetic, some personality trait for sure is genetically determined, and the outlook towards religion and Torah and to believe in God is also to some extent, or probably to a large extent, is determined from genetics. So now, what would we have major concept in our religion that Hakol bidei shamayim chutz mirat shamayim. Here we are saying that, you know what do you want from him? He's genetically determined to be more religious than others. So we really can't blame him. That means that it flies in the face of the concept of in Judaism of free will. The truth is not at all. That Hashem gave us predisposition to something. He gives us, for those who are not predisposed to be religious, they have a challenge, and the free will is how you are going to react to this challenge, and this is really the test. This is why Hashem put us in this world to pass the trials and the test. Like, for example, in the medical field, if somebody has hemophilia, which means that he's prone to bleed, what do you think about somebody that picks up boxing as a sport that he likes? I mean, you would think that he is crazy. If somebody, for example, has glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, which means that every time they eat beans, their blood will wear out. They have some condition called hemolysis. And this guy, he likes full mdammas to eat sometimes. Every time he eats it, half his blood will be gone. You think that he is really not normal, this person. Somebody a lady who has strong family history of ovarian cancer and breast cancer, who doesn't check herself out, knowing that she is running high risk of having this condition also. In spirituality, it is the same thing. So the important thing is for every person to know what kind of baggage he came with, and he should realize that this is a test, and he has one opportunity when he is in life on this earth, that he has to pass that test. And Ms. Ledger said from the first page that every person, it's so bad that he has to know why he is here, and he is here to know what kind of I don't want to read myself, what kind of baggage he is in. So now, what is the practical implication for that? The practical implication, what we just said, is extremely important, that we should know our genetic makeup. Number two, when we approach somebody who is not terribly religious, or that he has liberal thinking, we should not just judge him. Then about it says that you cannot judge your friend until you are in his shoes. His shoes, there is more to the story than what it looks to the outside. We don't know what kind of genetic baggage he's coming here. When we have this approach that you know what, give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's understand his position well. That shows love to him. And when we have to tell him, we have to do tocheha to him, but this came immediately after that when it comes to with love, meaning that the words that they come out of the heart with sincerity, they will go into the heart of that person. On the other side also, we cannot neglect the role of the environment. If somebody is born to religious family and he has the perfect genetic makeup for that, he cannot associate himself in bad environment and bad people, because they will influence him. And this is, Harambam says that if somebody is sitting in a city that they are Reshaim, he has to go to a different city. If all the country is Reshaim, he has to go to a different country. And if the entire country are Reshaim, the best thing is for him to go to the desert where he doesn't see people. Harambam realized the strong influence of environment. So all in all, we should understand that both, like everything else, both nature and nurture do play a role in the formation of the human beings. And when we understand that, we have to be for sure to have the proper environment. And if somebody still could not be in conformity with morality and spirituality and religion, we have to understand him. And when we rebuke him, it has to come with full understanding and with love. Shabbat Shalom.